It's Wednesday, and we're going to work backwards today. Mess with your head a little bit? Maybe. All right, so we're going to start with the articulation drill. All right, concert F, articulation drill. Percussion, you know your deal. Go look it up on Teams. Here we go. Start with a whole note, half note, all the way down. 1, 2, concert F, and ready. Now we're going to do the warm-up sets. All right, so we're going to do those in the normal order. We are going to do set 1 option 4 first and then do set 2 option 4 brass. Okay, so we're going to do the warm-up sets next. Again, kind of sort of working backwards here because I just wanted to get your instrument going before we work on your listening exercises. All right, woodwinds, tongue 2, slur 2 today. Da, da, da. Okay, set 1 option 4. That's too fast. Here we go. And 1 and 2, set 1, option 4. Okay, set 2 option 4 for the brass, set 3 option 4 for the woodwinds. Still slur 2, tongue 2. 1, no, tongue 2, slur 2, my bad. Tongue 2, slur 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2, set, and... Alright, now we're going to go on to the long tones. And we did this like this last week. So this shouldn't be like brand new to you if you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing with all these lessons. I'm going to play long tone 1B. You're going to play long tone 1A. And it's going to sound open in fifths. Okay, so it's going to have this open, hollow kind of sound to it. So you're going to play 1A and I'm going to play 1B, and it's going to kind of get this empty, hollow, and just try to keep it just kind of open like that. All right? And we're going to go ahead and do this one, and we're going to do this in whole notes. All right? So this is going to be a little bit slower, but this is the end of our warm-up at this point. All right? So we're going to do 1A. I'm going to play 1B. You play 1A. Here we go. No, wrong tempo. Try that. There we go. Whole notes. 1, 2, 1A. Ready. So hopefully able to listen and lock that in, try to get that open hollow sound that we're looking for. Now we're going to flip it the other direction. You're going to play 1B, I'm going to play 1A. Okay, so again, it's going to sound open and kind of hollow. Try to make it match like it did last time. You're just playing a different set of notes. Clarinets especially, make sure you still have your tongue nice and high as you're playing down low here, because otherwise it gets saggy and you won't get that nice open hollow sound we're looking for. All right, your turn on 1B, my turn on 1A. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. And that's it for our warm-up. So now we'll move on to our scales. We'll use the scales a little bit to get some of our high range going, but not a whole lot more other than that. So we're going to go concert B flat, half notes, and then melodically. Concert B flat, half notes, and melodically. Percussion, welcome back. You should be doing this with us. Here we go. Concert B flat, half notes, and then melodically. And 1, 2, ready, go. Melodically, 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready. Concert E flat, concert E flat. Here we go, half notes melodically. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready. This reads a little bit chirpy. F. 1, 2, 1 and 2, concert F. Now some of you might have noticed the order that the scales are arranged on the page, and notice that concert G falls in between F and A flat. So once we learn the concert G scale, we can actually go F, G, A flat, B flat right up the page, or downwards. Okay, E flat looks like it's in a weird place. It makes sense if you play a woodwind instrument, but if you play a brass instrument, you're like, E flat doesn't belong all the way down there because it's not a low scale to you, it's a high scale to you. But to woodwind players, that's a low scale. It's actually lower than concert F, so that's why it is where it's at. It's kind of weird, I know. Okay, so let's go over A flat, and then we'll do our work on getting this concert G scale played today. A flat, watch that fourth note. Half notes melodically. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready. Ready. All right, so let's take a look at G. We've been going through G all through this week. Let's take a slightly different approach today. And let's start on the top note. So you see a half note in the middle of the page there, note number 8. We're going to start there on our concert G scale for flutes, low brass, percussion, double reeds. Obviously, that's a high G. No big deal, right? G. Clarinets and trumpets, tenor saxes, A. Same as the first note of the scale. It's just a high version. Horns, that would be your B flat. No, not B flat. Oh, no, that's your high D. High D. And then, let's see. And then saxes, that's your high E, no big deal. All right, so pretty straightforward here. So we're going to start on that note. We're going to go 8, 7, 8. We're going to go backwards 1, then back, or you can go downwards. So 8, 7, 8, or 8, 7, 8, depending on which direction you want to look on your page, right? Thing with note number 7 is for every single person. That note is sharp. That is a sharp note. So for instance, alto saxes, that's a D sharp for you. Alto and bari sax, right? That's a D sharp for you. Tenor sax, clarinets, trumpets, that's a G sharp for you. G sharp, okay? You play that in 1C. Horns, that is a C sharp for you. So that's going to be trigger 2, 3. Trigger 2, 3. And low voices. I take it back. So if you're playing a C instrument, flutes, low brass, double reeds, percussion. Oh no, that is a sharp note for you. That is a sharp note. That's an F sharp. So flutes, third finger, okay, instead of first finger. So F sharp. And trombones, that's fifth position. Your F sharp is in fifth position. Yeah. And then yeah, so you're going to go 5 and then 4 to G. Yeah, and then low brass 2 and 3 as well. All right, so we're going to go 8, 7, 8, 2, ready, go. Eight, 7, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and ready, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, ready, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready, go. All right, now go all the way back to note number 1, and let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nice and slow. All right, remember your third note is a sharp note for pretty much everybody except for the flutes, low brass, and double reeds and percussion. That's a natural note for you. It's a B natural, not a B flat. All right, so the third note, watch that third note. And we just practiced the 6th and 7th notes, which are also some wacky notes. So there's a bunch of wacky notes in this scale. The third note, the 6th note, and the 7th note. So we're going to go nice and slow all the way through the scale, just upwards first. 1, 2, super slow. Now I'll try to play the whole scale downwards. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Now, at this point, Symphonic Band, some of you are probably like, yeah, I think I got this. You can practice this a few more times, and then if you'd like to record it and turn it in, you can today. If it doesn't feel good, wait until tomorrow, right? Concert band, same for you, but probably most of you are probably going to want to take the extra day on this. You're probably going to want to wait until Thursday to try and record this one and send this one in. Okay? So, recording optional today. Otherwise, wait until tomorrow to do your recording, which will be Thursday. Okay, so eventually, if you actually go down the page, B flat, A flat, G, F, in order like that, we'll get. So one we just worked on. And then brass, what I was talking about earlier, like this is a high scale. Actually, for us, it's low. Okay, so we'll do just a little bit of counting to finish out today, and then we'll jump back into it tomorrow.
All right, for today's counting, again, same stuff, reviewing and reinforcing dotted quarter notes, as well as reviewing and reinforcing some 16th notes. So there's a trick on line 5, but I do try to set you up for it here in the second measure. So in the second measure, you have 1, 2, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 4. So that sets you up for the third measure where the trick is. So you have your first quarter note on 1, you still have your last quarter note on count 4, and then this dotted quarter note appears where? Count 2. So you have 1, 2, 4. So you have the dangling 8th note before count 4 there. That's all that is. We're going to count it and then play it. Here we go. 1, 2, counting, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Let me get rid of that flashing cursor there on that note. Okay, let's count it one more time. 1, 2, count nice and strong. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. And try playing it this time. 1, 2, play it, go. It's a little bit weird, okay? And then for line 6 for your counting today. And it'd be kind of nice if you recorded this one and turned this one in line 6. Okay, so line 6 mixes them all up. You have your 16th notes on count 4 here, so that's 4 T theta. Also on count 4 because you have a rest before. It's all I've done is kind of throw in some rests. And this last measure is a piece of cake, right? Count 1, rest stand. So if this is 1, this rest stand is count 2. That means those 16th notes are on what count? You should know. So actually, I don't want you to play this one for me. I would like for you to, when you record it on Seesaw, you're just going to record the counting. You're going to record the counting for me, okay? 1 and 2 and counting, go. 1, 2, 3, 4 T theta. 1, 1, te, rest, stand, 4 t theta, 1, rest, stand, 3 t theta, rest, stand. Now this measure is kind of tricky just because the rest stand happens after this te. 1, te, rest, stand. Now that you know that, count it one more time. 1, 2, count again, and go. 1, te, 3, 4 t theta, 1, te, rest, stand, 4 t theta, rest, 1, rest, stand, 3 t theta, rest, stand. So practice that a few times. Play it a few times, but for the recording portion of it, I don't so much want you to play it. I want you to count it for me on the recording, which does mean that you're going to have to count loud enough, Nile Mendoza, that I can actually hear your voice on the seesaw. Okay, so you've actually got to count out loud. You don't have to clap it. It would be nice to see your fingers, but do count that one out loud for me. You can go slow if you need me, like 1, 2, 3, 4 t theta. You can go slow. Okay, just make sure you stay nice and steady. So get that one counted, get that one recorded and sent in, and then tomorrow we'll finish up this page.